This is gateways. Gateways. So remember we talked about the target market and said one of the components of a target market is the gateway. The gateway is the main reason why people do business together. And the further you go away from a gateway, the less likely you're going to get business. And so when it comes to personal injury attorneys, it's the same thing. So gateways, the marketing message to get their attention. How much sense is it going to make if KFC starts marketing ice cream? Is that going to make sense to you as a consumer? Now, they sell ice cream. They're called little parfaits. Okay? But they don't make that their main message. It's a little peripheral item. It's a side purchase. So that's why they're called gateways. That's what you go in the door with. It's called gateways. You don't go in the door with side items. So we're going to pay attention to the gateways. Stay singular in topic and message. Stay singular in topic. Remember I talked to you about what's the most important topic in the message you should always be talking about with attorneys? It's the soft tissue injury. Why? It's the most abundant and you have no competition. You cannot compete with the orthopedist talking about a disc. You cannot compete with a neurologist talking about a nerve problem. You cannot compete with the neurologist talking about mild concussion. So you're really putting yourself in a bad position fast. Don't compete with medicine. Don't compete. They're already branded. Medicine's already branded. It already has certain authority, okay? Now you could develop a relationship personally and sell somebody personally, but as far as profession to profession, chiropractor's not going to beat an orthopedist or a neurologist when it comes to a disc or nerve. Now soft tissue injury, oh yeah, very easy. It's going to be very easy to be the authority and beat them. Medicine already owns these categories. Disc injury, nerve injury, mild concussion. Of the top injuries, soft tissue, disc, nerve, mild concussion, medicine is already branded with those. And most chiropractors are attorneys. That's why attorneys, another reason they won't use chiropractors, when they do get a disc injury, they already have the orthopedist. They don't want a lot of times they don't want the chiropractor involved. Why? Because they're not sure of the chiropractor. They don't know what's going to come out of his mouth or what kind of documentation is going to happen. They don't know what kind of crazy stuff is going to happen. And attorneys can't have that. They have to have a surety. They have to know what's going to happen and not happen in court. Okay? So, stay with the categories. And remember, we also not only stay with the categories, but we want to give up. What's the other reason? We want to give those categories to those authority providers. Why? Because it gives credit. It gives credit when you, and by the way, that's your medical team. Part of my medical team is an orthopedist. We have a disc injury, we refer them to the neurosurgeon or orthopedist for the disc injury. Nerve injury, we send them to the neurologist. See, that's credibility.